Hello and welcome to this Android development tutorial brought to you by North Border Software. My name is Gary. This is part 17 of the Getting Started series. Over the next 3 tutorials we're going to look at how to build a springboard in Android. A springboard is it's a popular navigation I guess layout really, which really comprises a grid of images or images with text on the screen, and you just press the image to access the parts of the app that you need to. Very popular technique. To do this we need to look at the image button first of all, and then we're going to look at the grid layout to arrange those buttons on the screen. So what I've done is the normal setup now. I created a new activity, a grid layout activity, and with a blank layout for the moment, and I've just modified the list activity, the list view itself with the grid layout which we use to access it, and the Android manifest. So we've seen that a few times, so I'm not going to review that at this particular point. So what we're going to do first of all is just focus on this grid layout and just get the 4 image buttons in there and just set up the I guess the Java for those buttons, and then we'll work on the next 2 tutorials just to arrange those. So first of all I need some image buttons. So what I'll do, I'll just drop one of those in for the moment. There it is. It's just an image button. So keep it as wrap content and height wrap content, and what I need to do is associate that with a drawable image. If you look in this drawable folder here, I've actually preloaded 4 images, one for each of the image buttons. So these can be downloaded from my website. So these are just any image you like, really, just a PNG file. You'll see what they are when we test the app. But we're going to just associate each image button with an image in this drawable folder. So it's just Android, and its background, and it'd be @drawable, and it'll be image 1 for the first one. So if you look at the design view now, you'll see that the first button's actually arrived there. So let's just copy that 4 times just to get the 4 buttons in there. So let's just paste this, and we need to give each of these an ID. So let's just call this one IB1. Let's call this one IB2 and just change this to 2. This would be IB3. This would be image 3. And finally IB4. So let's just format that code. There we are. So you can see we've got the 4 buttons actually arranged there. So let's just go and set the Java up in the grid layout to make these buttons work. We won't load in more activities with these. We'll just set up a toast for each one. Okay, so I just need to put some variables in for each of these buttons. So let's just make these just local variables, or just image button, and it'll be, and you can see it's imported that straight away. We'll call this just button 1. Image button, and it'll be find view by ID, r.id dots, and it'll be IB1. Okay, so I'll just copy this one for each of the buttons. So this would be button 2. 3, and finally button 4. Okay, for each of these buttons now I need to just set an on-click listener, so it'll be button 1, set on-click listener, this. Button 2, and finally button 4. Okay, to get these errors, we need to import the on-click listener. So it's import Android dot view dot on-click listener, and here we need to implement the on-click listener. Okay, and now what we need to do is add the unimplemented method. So it's you should see this on-click method is materialized down here. So that just cleans up the errors now. So okay, so we need to set up a switching case for the IDs for each of the image buttons. We'll just then set up a toast for each of those. So we need a switching case. So start with a switch, and it'd be v dot get ID. Okay, and let's just format this. Control Alt L. Get the indentation right. Okay, and so it'll be case, and it'll be r dot id dot ib1. Break, and it'll be case r dot id dot ib2 break, case r dot id dot ib3 break, and finally case dot r dot id 4 break. Okay, so final thing we need to do is just put the toast into each of these. So it's it'll be toast, make text, and it'll be get application context, and then we just need to add some text. So it'll be IB1 will work for us, and it'll be toast dot length short. And what we need to do is then simply just type show. Okay, so that's the toast statement done. So let's just copy that for each of these. And just change the text. Okay, so that part is done. What we do, we just give that a quick test now, just to make sure that's actually working the way we want it to. Okay, so the app is launched. What we do, just hit the launch button just to test the grid layouts, and there we go. We've got the 4 image buttons on there, so we just press 1, that's IB1, press 2, that's IB2, and 3, it's IB3, and IB4 for the final one. So that's just operating fine. What we'll do, we'll leave this tutorial for now, and we'll go and arrange these in a grid layout for the next one to start to build our springboard. So catch you in the next one. Bye for now.